Welcome to Riverbend Talon on WBGZ, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Another Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And the Sea Shanty Sing-Along already underway down at Morrison's Irish Pub. Trivia night later tonight, starting at 6:30 at the Conservatory across the line. Kicks it off at 7 o'clock at Fast Eddie's. Open mic later tonight at the Raging Cajun, 9 o'clock. Grand Pagano already underway up at George's Local Brew. Actually, it's called George's Pub and Grill now in Jerseyville from 6 to 9. Yeah, new owners from...
And it's not just a local thing anymore. They're bigger.
Oh, they're bigger and badder. Blake Foltz underway at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville until 9 o'clock. Eric Lysont, 7 to 11 at Deutsch Village Inn and Pontoon Beach. Maybe Frankie and the House Shakers. They usually play this Thursday from 6 to 9 at Patrick's in Granite City, although I did not see a listing this week. Ryan Holting, 6 to 9 at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. Scott and Michelle already underway up at the Prairie Inn in Dorsey. They'll go until 8:30, and then that open jam with James Murphy from Head East and Tim Elmore from Stillwater. That's at the Hard Dog Cafe in Livingston, and then Experience Live Music Row.
All right.
We're So Sorry, Uncle Albert, underway. Yeah, Uncle Albert, 6 to 9 at Copper Fire. JB on keys at Benny's Pizza, where our guest tonight will be playing soon, right?
Saturday, 2 to 5.
Right. Secret guest. And
Secret guest.
Beth Bombara, already underway at 7 in Belleville. And the Trophy Mules later tonight at the Abbey in Belleville. That is the voice of Sarah Shewmake.
Dubbed by you. Yes, Shewmake.
Oh, Shewmake.
Well, actually, I was in Hawaii and I was checking into the hotel and they asked me my last name. And we're going back like 30 years ago. And for some reason I said Shewmake. And I told you that and it has stuck ever since. So Shewmake.
Well, it seemed right.
Yes.
It seemed right. So how have you been? Haven't seen you for a while.
I know. I've been...
been busy, right?
Well, yes, I have been busy behind closed eyes and closed doors a little bit. I haven't been out in the public a whole lot lately. I've been recording a new album. I've got 9 songs scheduled to be recorded, and that may also increase at this time because I'm always writing and making new music left and right. So right now we've got the first 3 songs, the third one being released today. The fourth one, I'm going to talk to you about.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we'll get to the fourth one in a minute. And then songs 5 and 6, the scratches have been laid down, as well as my additional musicians have already laid down their parts. I just have to go back and redefine and retune my parts. And song 7 is in the works. So I had 9 songs planned for this album. We're right in the middle of things right now, which is super exciting. And we may go even further than that because I'm always writing and creating new things.
Nice. And so this is being recorded where?
At Lighthouse Sounds.
Lighthouse, nice, right? Right around the corner.
Right around the corner, and that's one of the reasons I chose it because I am bringing in musicians left and right from the Alton and Godfrey and Wood River area, as well as Bruce McLaughlin, who is my drummer, who's way out in Highland, Illinois. But I figured Alton was a centralized location for most of the musicians to come here and record on this album. Because these are songs that I have written over the last 5 or 6 years that are coming to fruit right now. And I just really wanted to get different musicians involved for the different sounds I'm looking for. There's a part of the album that is entirely country, folk. There's a bit of gospel. We're going to rock it out here with songs 5 and 6 that I just did. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of different things going on. It's like variety hour showtime with Sarah.
Well, and it's always fun to hear somebody else play your song because you get their version of it or their input on it. And sometimes that can even take you another way where you're like, okay, I'm gonna you know what I mean? Yeah, it's anytime anybody's willing to play a song I wrote, I'm like, really, thank you.
Exactly. I'm so thankful. I called. Okay, so the first 3 songs, I got Paul Light and Lisa Everhart involved, as well as Bruce McLaughlin, Jen Hayden, and Valerie Bondman, who were in Tipsy Gypsy with me, to do the first song, Heart That's Torn.
Tripsy Gypsy.
Tripsy Gypsy, whatever. Oh my goodness, no, Tipsy Gypsy.
Hey, teach his own, man.
Hey.
You see what you see, I see what I see.
But yeah, I called all these folks and I was just like, hey, I've got this song. I'm wanting to do an album. I would really love y'all's help here with the first song, Heart That's Torn. And let's see what... I'm really being guided by the universe on this album. Like, I have no plan. I did not have a plan when I started it. I was just like, I've got this first song down. I need to get this first song out. I really believe and feel like this song needs to be laid down. So I called all these folks and fed them pizza. And they came. And
pizza goes a long way, man.
You know, and Lisa laid down some great piano parts on it. Paul redefined it with a wonderful lead. And then Jen with her fiddle playing made it a little bit folk and country that I was looking for. And Bruce and Val aligned together. And I can only say that, you know, we had been in Tipsy Gypsy for so many years. We had been in practice for, you know, we practice every week religiously for like 10 years. Like, we feel each other. We know what each other are going to do with songs. And it was like simple to even lay down. It was joyful to lay down. Like, we weren't even in the same rooms, but you know how recording goes. You're in separate rooms. So we can't even see each other, and we felt each other without even looking at each other and laid this song down like it was nobody's business. And that is just a beautiful thing.
It's nice when the group mind is in effect.
Absolutely.
And you know, people can feel the music and you know, you feel it going one direction, you go with it.
Oh, you do. And we knew exactly when Val Bauman laid down that bass lead right into the drums. Bruce knew when to come in. Jen knew when to lay down the fiddle lead. I knew when to come in with the guitar. I mean, it was just simple. It was easy, and it was super fun.
There you go. So what's the first track that you were talking about?
Heart That's Torn.
Heart That's Torn. That's that is the title track of the album.
That's correct.
And so this is an older song. Is that what you said?
I wrote this song in 2021.
Okay.
And
so not that old.
No, it's not that old. And then I laid it down. I believe it was April, maybe May of this last year, 2023. I finally got it out, and I solidified it after the summer. And with 2 other songs we have yet to talk about at this point, which are also out. But we'll focus on this one right now.
Well, so the
I'm busy gal. What can I say?
Yeah, and you still got regular life in addition to all this.
Oh gosh, that's a whole other story.
That's what I mean. It's, you know, it's hard enough just to find time to pick up a guitar sometimes with life, you know, getting busy. So to be putting out a 9-track, at least 9-track album, very, very nice. So the Heart That's Torn, the title track. You say you recorded that how long ago?
Oh gosh, it probably over the summer we solidified it. I got it mastered in the fall, and it came out in November of last year.
Came out in November, and who are your? You got Val.
I've got Val Bondman, Jen Hayden, Bruce McLaughlin, Paul Light, Lisa Everhart, and then yours truly.
So Bruce, you've been having him as a drummer for quite a while.
Oh yes, Bruce is involved in everything.
Right, and you, like you say, Val and Jen, you go way back.
Way back to Tipsy Gypsy days.
To the Tripsy Gypsy days.
Tripsy days.
And like Lisa and Mike, you know, they're old friends of yours too.
Absolutely, and I really wanted Lisa and Paul's opinion on the song and what I was doing. I value them. I mean, Lisa Everhart has put out like 5 albums. Paul Light has definitely put out.
He was on Star Search, man.
Exactly, he was on Star Search. He's been to LA. He's done some amazing things with music and sound, and I really. He
was in Griffin, wasn't he?
He was in Grip. Yes, he's been in a ton of different bands. and I wanted their opinions as well. And he kind of put a little rock to it, almost like a 50s, 60s rock. And then Jen picked it right up with the fiddle. We also have Lisa coming in right strong with the keys, adding her part to it.
Nice.
And I was just so thankful to have all these people on the album that were so thankful to contribute to it. I mean, we're not solidified as a band right now, and I've got this crazy project and idea, and I just asked these people, and they were like, absolutely, we're coming, let's do this. The studio is fun, recording is fun. I mean, have fun with it, and that's what I tell everybody who comes in there. Let's have fun with it.
Absolutely. So what about the second song? What's
The second song is called Shovels and Dirt.
Okay. That sounds dark.
It is dark. It's very dark.
It's Strumbella's song.
The Strumbellas actually wrote this tune, and I wanted to do a cover of it because I was going through a very dark period in 2020, like we all were, as well as 2021. And this song resonated with me because it's about those times where you are so low and down, where you just don't see any way out. And then there's other times in your life where you see absolute joy and happiness. And it's about not giving up when those times are low and moving forward with your life and just hanging on just a little bit longer, because they will get joyful and they will get happy. So it's about those ebbs and flows, because I really truly believe that you cannot feel joy and happiness without having those moments of sorrow too. It's an ebb and flow, almost like the ocean. It rushes in, it rushes out. And
if it was always great, you wouldn't even notice how great it was.
Exactly.
It would just be normal to you.
Exactly. You've got to have those moments of sorrow to tell the difference. And it's about not giving up during those times of sorrow and those times of sadness where you just feel like there's no way out. Just hang on a little bit and it's going to be all right. Just hang on, and then will experience the peaks again and the top of the mountains and smile again.
Yeah, gotta have the good, gotta have the bad to have the good. So the second one's a cover. What about the track 3? What do we got?
The track 3 I did write. It's called Go With The Flow.
All right.
This one is interesting because I literally looked at Val, Jen, and Bruce, and I said, I like how I'm doing this song about 80% of the time, and I want to jazz it up, and I want to make it fly, and I want to make it go. And Valerie is like, this is really like your slow ballad, sad song. Like, you really need a sad ballad. And I was like, that's not me, Val. Come on, Val. You know me. I'm like balls to the wall and everything else, like let's rock it out. Like, let's rock it out. And the song was written in my head. I was having a sad day, and it was about a breakup, and that's what the song is about. So it's sad and it's slow. And I was like, and Val said all of a sudden, she's like, what if we stop? We're going to add a stop at the second verse, at the second chorus, and we are going to go this way with it. And she came up with this Cajun bass line, so the sad ballad turned into a Cajun bass line, which is just crazy and super fun. And Jen's rocking out on the fiddle, Bruce got the drums going. It's just like Cajun time. So that would be the third song.
And sometimes you need that that change. And if a song's got this feel of slow, sometimes it's fun to have a fun part.
It is fun because it's so slow. I mean, I looked at these with Val, Jen, and Bruce, and I was like, this song bores the hell out of me, just so you know. And I wrote it. It bores me to death. Like, I need you guys, come on, let's put our heads together. Let's think about it. Let's figure out what we can do. And that's what Val came up with. And Bruce went along with it, and Jen just filled right in, and off we went with the Cajun song.
Nice. So and those are the 3 that are already
correct.
Released
the third one being released today.
They're really dropping today.
Today on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, all the platforms that are out there, you can find it.
Right, and it's under Sarah Shewmake.
Sarah Shewmake.
Sarah Shewmake. I was trying to straighten it out there. Is that what you search? Just Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah Shewmake.
There you go, Sarah Shewmake.
I'm trying to shorten it up a bit because it was Sarah Springman Shewmake for so many years that's just entirely too long.
Well, yeah.
For a solo artist I needed it. So we're going to do Sarah Shewmake right now and just put it out like that. So Shewmake. Actually, yeah, Sarah Shewmake. There you go.
So there you go. And you're going back in the studio. to finish, you got track 4, track 5, 6, and 7, and then you're hoping to throw out a few others before. You said you're going for 9 on it, right?
I am going
Number
for 9, but that may change as I keep writing and creating new things. But I go back in the studio 2 weeks from this coming Tuesday, and I'm gonna put down my guitar and my vocal parts on songs 5 and 6, and that was with an entirely different group of musicians that we haven't even talked about yet. So
let's talk a little bit about it. Let's talk a little bit about who's on this.
So of course we brought Bruce back to do my drums, and then I also brought back Mikey Lowenstein and Daniel Floyd, who were members of the Dead Roses for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and the one reason I really wanted to bring these guys back in is because Hang With You is song number 5, and Mikey really developed the bass line for that song, and also developed the ending for that song. So I thought it was super important to have him back, and Dan Floyd was there as well during that time. And then we recorded for song 6, Step in Your Ring. And Daniel helped me so much with the lead guitar parts in that song and really solidified that. Mikey came up with an ending for that song. I can't wait for you guys to hear it once it's finished. So it'll be finished in 2 weeks. And then, of course, we got to mix it and master it. So about a month out from that. But I'm so excited for you guys to hear this because those guys actually threw down those creative instincts and they helped come up with the rest of that tune. And Mikey, he's a hell of a bass player.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my God, how many bands is he in right now? And I've had the pleasure of playing with him back when he was in Crazy Chester and when I was in Tipsy Gypsy. And back when we first got started, neither one of us had enough songs to fill a 4-hour gig, so we would share gigs at the beginning. So that was when I first met Mikey.
I was actually just thinking about that. I've been down at Jacoby's setting up. And I think I was remembering seeing Crazy Chester down there and Tipsy Gypsies.
That was the big Christmas show.
It was a Christmas show down there.
So, and we weren't the only 2 bands. The Blue Skies were down there.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
we
about
had the Alton High School Symphony Orchestra as well. I mean, it was just a huge production.
I remember it was a fun night.
It was. And we never could all practice together. We just sent out tunes to everybody for like the last tunes of the night when like everybody came up. Nobody knew. And then I remember that night, it was funny because Lance, Crazy Chester lead singer, and Kara, our Tipsy Gypsy lead singer, were in a struggle about which song to do first. We had this worked out on practice. For some reason, something happened and somebody wanted to switch it. And I remember turning around, seeing Crazy Chester's drummer and little Brittany, our Tipsy Gypsy drummer at the time, just switching places left and right based on what they were saying. So like they'd switch and they'd be like, okay, switch again. And and at the time during that show, I'm 6 months pregnant, by the way. During that entire show. And I'm standing there and I'm about ready to die. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I played music up till like my 9th month of being pregnant, and I do not suggest that for any lady as going to bear a child. Like, I mean, I even had a stool to sit down. It's freaking too much. That's all there is to it. So yeah, I'm like, oh my God, make up your mind. Just make up your mind.
just
or give me a stool while you all figure it out. You know.
Like I say, we were down there setting up. They got the Winter Jam going on tomorrow and Saturday, so we were down
Happy
there.
Trails, right?
Happy Trails, yeah. Happy Trails Winter Jam's going on tomorrow and Saturday. We were down there setting up the sound and lights, and I was thinking about that show because I was like, I said, man, I've seen some pretty good shows in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that when it was a lot of musicians and it got pretty packed in there.
It got crazy.
It was good times. So.
It was.
So anyway, back to the songs here. What's the 7th song? What do we got on? What's
the 7th song is interesting because Brittany, my little drummer that I just mentioned, she actually wrote this song. And I heard her do it several times. She would play it during our set breaks during Tipsy Gypsy. So a couple weeks ago, I saw her and I was like, hey, I just jumped up there and recorded your song. I love this song. So I immediately learned it and I do it out all the time. And we had extra time to kill in the studio and I just got up there and did it. And before I knew it, Bruce and Mikey were like, okay, let's do it. And they laid down parts too. So they lay down these parts, and I called Brittany. I was like, hey,
Right.
friend, I just totally recorded your song. How do you feel about this? And she's like, heck yeah,
Right.
get it, girl. And I was like, well, come in, and why don't you come in and do a verse and do some stuff and you know, dictate how you want this song to go, because I totally stole it from you.
Right.
And obviously I'm going to give her writing credits on the album. And she's like, absolutely, yes, I will play it. I will sing it. I will do whatever you want me to do. Totally put it out there and put it on your CD, so I have her blessing, and she will be on it. And then Kara McGuire from the Tipsy Gypsies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have her do a little backup vocals on it, and she's going to help me with song 4, which is what I wanted to talk to you about. So you hear that voice you got? Like, I can't even get that low because I'm a chick and you're a dude. So it's a gospel song.
Yeah.
So I wrote this song in April of 2020, and you remember what April of 2020 was, right? Like, everything was canceled. We were all at home.
Yeah.
COVID, pandemic city. And I wrote this song about 4 a.m. during a huge rainstorm, pretty much like what we're experiencing today. And it's a gospel song. And there's no music behind it. It's a cappella.
All right.
It's all a cappella. And it's about, darker days and praying for some lighter days at that time. And I was looking for a deep, dark voice to do the chorus on it. Didn't know if you'd be interested.
I'm already interested.
Already
we will
interested?
have to. I want
We
to
will
hear.
have this
We will have to talk.
Excellent. And then I also asked Kara and Brittany and Val and Bruce and whoever else I can find also, because I'm thinking chorus, thinking Southern gospel, blues, like holy hallelujah, amen. Can I get like that kind of church in here?
Sure.
And I mean, it's the
Time
first
to do some preaching.
Yeah, it's the first gospel song I ever wrote. And, I mean, everybody, I don't know about y'all after the pandemic, but, I definitely have gone back to my, religious roots a little bit. I was raised Catholic, but I didn't go all the way back to Catholicism. But I am talking to the man upstairs a little bit more. And I do believe that there are, higher powers among us. And I wrote this song because I was feeling it. And who knows, maybe the Lord spoke through me that day. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, the songs all come from somewhere.
Somewhere, that's for sure. I definitely felt a higher power that day. I mean, I was alone. It was dark. I was the only one awake in the house. And it was raining. And it was a bad freaking time in April 2020 for the entire world. It wasn't just me going through that dark time. It was this entire world. So maybe I was an amplifier for that time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like you say, they're all coming from somewhere. I heard a great interview with Neil Young years ago where he said, "I don't really write songs; they're given to me, and I don't edit. I write it down as it's told to me, and I don't edit it from that."
I almost have to agree with him because I do pretty much all my writing when I'm seriously in the shower, because you sit in the shower and you clear your head and you're feeling the water rush over you and it clears your head of the bullshit for the days, and you just start thinking about different things, and I start getting a beat. And then I start putting together words, especially when I'm going through a hard time. It's really funny because most of my songs are when I'm going through a real hard time. That's when it seems to come out of me. And hopefully one of these days it'll come out when I have happy tunes. And I'm just like, I'm so happy. I need to get it out. Instead of it's so sad, I need to get this out of myself. And that's how I get sad feelings out, is I put them on in songs and release them out to the world to have. Here, you took my sadness. I'm done with it. Here.
Well, when I first got my wife playing music years ago, she started getting into the groove, and she said to me, she said, "Oh my gosh, I just realized you're not just hiding from me and the kids, you're hiding from work and bills and everything when you come out to the jam room." Because music, I said, it's the great escape is music. And I was explaining to her, that's it's the great escape. And when, fast forward a few months, and she was having a bad day, and we were trying to jam. She said, I'm just not feeling it today. And I said, that's when you're right. When you can't concentrate on whatever, you're just playing some regular songs, something's on your mind.
You're so right.
And it's not about, I'm going to write this song that other people, it's going to inspire somebody, or that other people are going to like. It's therapy. I've got something in my mind and I need to get it out.
Exactly.
And so you work your way through it by writing some words, and you make it rhyme because it's fun, and you might put some, you put a melody to it because that's fun, and it's, you never really work through the good times. The good times work themselves out.
Exactly.
But when you have that moment where you're having such a good day and you want to tell someone about it. It is fun to write those good feeling songs because it's always easy to write the bad ones.
Yeah.
It's because you're like you say, it's therapy. You're working your way
It's
through
therapy.
it.
I'm working my way
Yeah.
out. This whole album is one big piece of therapy.
Yeah, I mean, I consider most music. It's like if it's not bringing in some kind of emotion, be it joy or pain or whatever, then what's it doing?
And that's one of the reasons why I inspired to get it on, record it and get it on a CD and put it out to the world, because I feel like once I finally finish this CD and I do make copies of it and I do send it out to the world, I'm cured.
Yeah, you've released it.
I released it.
man.
I released it. All the feelings, all the stuff. It's all done. It's out there, and I don't have to feel it anymore. You all can.
Yeah, and there you go. So that is the voice of Sarah Shewmake. And you were playing, what are you playing Saturday again?
I'm playing at Benny's Pizza.
Benny's down in Belleville, that's
I've
right.
been trying to get booked there for about 2-3 years, and our schedules have not aligned. Like 3 years ago, they're like, yes, absolutely, and then I got busy, and they got busy, and they threw out dates, and I couldn't make them, and then I threw out dates, and they couldn't fill them, and
Right.
and you know how it goes. So finally, I've got this Saturday booked from 2 to 5, and then I'll be back there at the last Saturday of February with Bruce from 6 to 10.
Nice.
So we're gonna do the dinner crowd.
Well, that Experience Live Music Row they've got going on down there. I mean, that's been going on.
It's
2
funny.
years,
I lived in Nashville and lived about 2 blocks from Music Row. So I think that's so cool that they do that up there.
Yeah.
And I actually reached out to a couple of different venues up there. I'm like, what's going on with this Music Row? What's happening?
Right.
And they're like, well, nobody gets paid. And I'm like, exactly like Nashville.
Right.
Keep going.
Yeah,
Anyway, nobody gets
horrible.
paid in Nashville. Everybody
Right.
gets tips. Nobody
Right.
gets paid. I mean, just being there is an accomplishment enough. So.
Right. So there you go. So you're at Bernie's Pizza Saturday.
Benny's
Sorry,
Pizza.
Benny's. Yeah,
Mhm.
Benny's
In
Pizza.
Belleville?
Yep, there you go. That's Saturday. What time again?
2 to 5.
2 to 5. All right. So speaking of things going on, let's head down the Friday list, and then we will come back and talk to Sarah some more about her new album coming out.
Why don't we just play the song?
Why don't we do that,
Dennis,
Now-
that's a
now-
great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's what I do. I sit here and be quiet and then drop a bomb.
Dropping the bombs,
All right?
man.
Just-
Me and Dennis, we play chicken with our John Deere tractors.
We do.
Word on the street is you both line up.
Yes,
Just head straight towards each
Because he
other.
mows my neighbor's lawn, and then I mow my own lawn with my John Deere. And there's been a couple times there have been some serious freaking face-offs, and that right between the houses, we're like,
All
But
I
it's
gotta
all good.
say is I'm buck. I'm out of there. You can't mess with rock and roll.
oh, stop.
I'm getting out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I just come through with like Highway to Hell blaring, and just horns up.
Cool. So what's the name of the song? Which one are we gonna hear? We're gonna hear the title track here. What are we listening to?
We are.
So this is
Heart That's Torn.
Heart That Is Torn by Sarah Shewmake.
Woohoo.
I said all I can talk. I just can't make you walk through the door of my heart. So I must play this part. Wearing my heart thin. Can't stand these walls I'm in. Can't believe we're done.
There you go.
Yeah, very nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Thank you guys for playing my song. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
There you go. The song is Heart That's Torn. That's Sarah Shewmake and the crew backing her.
Yeah.
We were talking, you recorded this at Lighthouse Studios right here on Broadway in Alton. Who'd you work with down there?
I worked with Aaron Fisher. He was amazing to work with, and I'm still working with him, obviously, because I'm in the middle of the album. But I love the way he works. Like, he hears a wrong note or something like that, he fixes it. If he hears something that he suggests things too. I mean, he really is adding his own persona onto my album. Ideas as well, changing things, whatnot. I mean, he's so helpful. He's easy to work with. I usually end up going back into the studio to do my guitar parts and my vocals by myself. I just want to be alone. He made me feel very at ease while I was there. And you have your mixes back within 24 hours, which is huge because I can't proceed on with the songs until I can see what's going on with them right now. So he gets them back to you super fast, and then I can hurry up and figure out what I'm going to do. Like
Right, where the next move is.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, we just recorded this like a couple weeks ago. I've got my mixes back right now. I already know what my next step is. I'm going in a week, and I'm going to finish these 2 songs.
Nice. And so he's actually more than just a technician. He's playing more like the role of a producer. If he's
Absolutely.
Because a good producer's not trying to change your vision, but giving you ideas that you might not hear that they hear, you know.
That's exactly what Aaron is doing. And he's talking to the other musicians there. I mean, he's even pulling them aside, and he's like, hey, try this or do this or do that. And he just is very patient. And like, you know, like Daniel came in to record his leads on my 2 songs, and he's like, should I do this? Should I do that? And I was like, do it all. Do it as many times as it takes. Do every single one, and then we'll listen to it, and Aaron will listen to it, and we collectively will make a decision on what we want to do. And he's super fun to work with, and I'm really enjoying my time with Aaron.
There you go.
And Lighthouse Sounds, this is, I recorded the first Dead Roses album in the old location, which was down by the Lincoln Douglas Memorial, and now they're in their new location.
Yeah, sweet.
Super snazzy, I gotta tell you. I mean, everything is so neat and organized and clean and together, and I mean, the new location just can't be beat. So any musicians out there, give Lighthouse Sounds a chance. I mean, because you will not be disappointed. It is a great studio. I'm in Studio A. I do not know what Studio B looks like, but I'm super pumped about Studio A. It's huge. There's all kinds of rooms you can go into, and it's super fun.
I don't know if they ended up making it happen, but Studio B was going to have a ceiling that could lower to tighten where it was like they could decide how high the ceiling was according to how tight they wanted the sound to be.
Holy moly!
Yeah, they were like when they were putting that together, I was kind of going down there pretty regularly and watching it come together. And they had some really, I don't think all the ideas solidified, but they had a bunch of great ideas for that place. So.
I don't know if that idea took off, but that is a super good idea.
So that's recording it down at Lighthouse with Aaron.
I am, and then once I get my mixes, I send them off to Jason McIntyre at Sawhorse Studios, who I've worked with. I sent him the first Dead Roses album to master, and he did that one. And I've got a whole bunch of songs sitting over there right now with Jason McIntyre with the original lineup of the Dead Roses. Wow. With Mila and EJ. Yeah. Tons of songs over there, half finished. None of them are, just half finished. And honestly, you know, since I'm pulling musicians who are not in a band with me at this time, I'm pulling people who just want to do a project. I was like, let's make it close. So I was like, let's do Lighthouse. So, because all you guys are Alton people, except for Bruce. And it's just far for him no matter what, because he's way out in Highland. So it's just far no matter what.
That sounds like a Bruce problem.
It is a Bruce.
That's a Bruce problem,
love Bruce. And you know what? I go to him to practice. I will drive to Highland.
Right.
Heck yeah, I'll drive. And Lord knows he's driven to me and to Tipsy Gypsy and Dead Roses and whatnot to come here and practice as well. So I'm more than happy to drive to Bruce. But I was like, the majority of the musicians are local. I was like, I don't want to drive you guys way over there for pizza. Because that's pretty much what I'm supplying for payment is pizza.
But you like Jason's work, and enough that you're taking the tracks recorded at Lighthouse, sending them to him for mixing and mastering, or just mastering?
He's doing the mastering only. I've always been told that it is good to have a different ear to master the mixed product. So Aaron is mixing, and then I send his mixes to Jason to put his mastering on it, and then after that it's done. And then I've been using DistroKid to put it out there right now versus CD Baby at this point. CD Baby seems more of a physical copy CD, so I'm waiting till I get the complete album done before I send them.
Yeah,
the
you don't
songs.
want to make a bunch of discs of 3
right,
songs.
like, here's a single, and here's another, and here's another. I've got 10 singles. Yeah, we're just gonna wait till the album
fill
is
that disc up, right?
Right, until the and it's pretty exciting right now because I don't know how far this is gonna go. I mean, I had 9 songs planned, and I mean, just the other day I pulled out another song. Yeah. That I haven't touched for about 3 years, and it kind of came together, and I was like, "Oh, is that song 10?"
Who knows? Let's
and
see what happens.
I mean, by the time we solidify this album, okay, song 30, we're gonna get done at song 30, and then that's it. Song 30, and then the 3-disc CD is coming out.
Look, if a novelist doesn't know when to quit writing, their book is thousands of pages, and let's talk to a guy who spent how many years making an album? 10.
You know anybody?
I know several. So song 9 will be the end of this album, and if I decide on song 10, maybe it will be the start of album 2.
There you go.
You gotta put a breaking. You gotta put a stopping point, breaking point. It's time to move on.
It's the quadruple album, 8 sides.
Can you imagine if the Grateful Dead did that? Here's your 40-song album.
Oh yeah. So hey, let's talk about what's happening around town this weekend.
Well, I was kind of skimming down the list there, Pigpen, and it looks like the Sandwich Brothers are kicking off the whole weekend. So I'm gonna turn it over to you.
That's not a good start. There's got to be a better way to start this.
Right at the top.
So down at the Jacoby Art Center, we've got the Happy Trails Winter Jam that is happening both tomorrow night and Saturday. Getting kicked off Friday, 6:05 with the Sandwich Brothers Band. And then Derry Garcia's Lonesome Blues after that, Joshua Grassley and Friends, and then following or ending the night is Kirkos. We had those guys on 2 weeks ago. Interesting guys. Good music. A lot of instrumental stuff on that album.
It was all instrumental.
I was going to say there was not a lot of lyrical content, but it still held my. It was good stuff. The guys got some cool things going on there. After Kirkos is over at 11, there is an after party at the conservatory going on.
Let me interject there, Pigpen. You know, this will be the final. This will be the final Coolaverse Culture night.
I just talked to Mike about an hour ago, and he told me that. I was sad to hear that. I hate to see the end of that because
did he
that's such
say
a good
why?
thing. I will let him discuss.
Is he coming in?
I don't.
Actually, he was on here yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't listened to the interview, but
okay. I don't know. I just bumped into him down at Jacoby's a couple hours ago, and he had told me that it was indeed going to be the last weekend for that. But I believe his art's still going to be hanging up at the conservatory.
Absolutely, he's got so much of it. It's
you
beautiful.
can see his art at any time down there, and he's good, man. He's an amazing artist.
So as per usual, it'd be Steph Plant 6 to 8, then DJ CBS 8 to 10, and then this version of Coolaverse Culture Night will feature a Smiths tribute band.
Yeah,
they're from out of town.
Yeah,
and they're coming down, and they'll play from 10 until 12, and then it's the Happy Trails after party.
Right,
from midnight to 2 a.m.
Yeah, I got a special permit to go a little late.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good time all around there. Lots of music going on, and the Smiths tribute band. I bet that's going to be an interesting one there.
Yeah. Also going on Friday, the piano's down at Raging Cajun at 9, Hollywood 5, 7:30 to 11:30 at Past Eddie's, Lazy Lester. That's those guys you guys were talking about earlier. Some of them.
All of them. I think we mentioned Lance, Dan, and Mikey.
yeah.
They're super fun to listen to, aren't they? They got a good thing going on with their trio.
And just like all the other bands, when they were Crazy Chester, I would just always call them Lazy Lester.
It's so funny that is the name as soon as I found out that name, I just died laughing. I was like, I love you guys. That's just beyond hilarious.
I love it too, because I had actually forgot that I used to call them that till Lance found it.
You're the one who named the band.
Yeah.
Just like you named me Shewmake.
When they were Crazy Chester, I just refused to call them that, and I would call them Lazy Lester. Just like the Tripsy Gypsies or the Red Doses or any other band.
Red Doses? That was going to be the name of the album? Oh my God.
Yeah.
So tell the folks where they're playing. Instead of talking about
they're playing. They're playing Bakers. Yeah, they're playing
Bakers and Hale. Lazy Lester
and Hale.
I had to bring it back on.
Sorry, way to bring it back, Dennis.
I forgot where I even was for a minute there.
Also going on Friday night, the Double Wide Duo, 7 to 10 out at Locke's Brick House, and some more folks that helped you record. Everhart and Light, they're playing at the Moose on Friday night in Wood River from 7 to 10.
Get it.
We got comedy going down this weekend.
Nice.
We got Comedy in the Shores.
All right.
Where do you think that's at?
I'm
Holiday
guessing that's going to be
Shores.
Holiday Shores.
And our buddy,
Oh, yeah. Ronaldo Macardo.
that's right, he'll be teaming up with Scott James and Max Price, a $15 ticket at Holiday Shores Clubhouse.
Oh, at the clubhouse. Oh,
That
I figured it was
sounds
going to
fun.
be. Yeah, I thought it would be either at the Wigglers or what was the one we talked about the other
It's
day?
a comedy show.
So there you go, man. At the
Yeah.
clubhouse.
Something different rather than bands.
I will tell
I
you
sunk
that
a boat. I sunk a boat right outside the clubhouse.
Did you?
I got a ticket for sinking a boat.
you brought up Wigglers. I will give them a shout out because they are promoting this on their site. So pretty cool.
Good for
that
them.
They're,
Excellent.
They're probably going to provide pizza now that they do that. You remember the name of the pizza place? Come on, Pigpen. It's right up your alley.
What is that? We talked about this last week, but that was like a week ago. I can't remember
I
what
know.
happened. And I can't
know.
remember what happened right 2 minutes ago.
Well, we'll
Pizza.
give you a minute to think about it. Dueling Pianos at the Wild E Theater in Edwardsville at 7:30. Mo Pleasure, they're starting before you, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville.
See, we didn't have to start with Sandwich Brothers.
And even before you, an hour before you, Drew Shaver and Audrey Sims at the Stagger and
There's
Happy Hour.
good music
5
happening
a.m.
at her.
That's at the Stagger Inn again in Edwardsville. Acoustic DNA at the 1818 Chop House at 7 o'clock. And Lanny and Julie doing the Moose in Edwardsville from 7 to 11. The Cannon Tanner Duo, 7 to 11 at the Cabin at Judy Creek and Glen Carbon. I'm pretty sure that's a Sean Cannon. Not for sure, but
It's spelled like him.
yeah.
Sounded like a Sean Cannon show.
Flip Side down at Deutsch Village Inn, 8:30 to 12:30, and the scruffy looking nerve herder, he's starting 5 minutes before you too. 6 to
Come
10
on.
at
Who's my nerve herder?
where's he at?
Who is this nerf herder?
I like the scruffy looking nerve herder.
The scruffy looking nerf
I
herder.
love that name.
Princess Leia.
I believe his real name's Bill Pizza.
Really?
Pizza.
P-U-H-S-E, which is how Travis.
And now I'm thinking of pizza again, and now I'm thinking of hookers for some reason.
You got it. That's the name of the pizza joint that.
Hookers
Got
Pizza.
really
That's
freaking creepy in
Hookers
here.
Pizza. Okay. Yeah, well, my mind suddenly all the tumblers fell in place, and I'm
Right.
like, pizza and hookers. What's more fun than that? So the pizza place is called Hookers Pizza.
Yeah, Wigglers moved into Hooker's Pizza.
There you go. Wow.
So now it's Wigglers
And Hookers Pizza.
at the former Hooker's Pizza.
And if
So
you
it's
don't,
like a retired Hooker's Pizza.
so if you don't think about the fact that this is at Holiday Shores, where we like a hook and fishing hook,
Right.
it really sounds more fun that way.
Right.
But
So tell them where the scruffy looking nerf herder's playing, though. I think we skimmed past that.
oh,
And all your hooker.
he
and
is playing at
And
the
all your hooker talk.
Look, every now and again, yeah. So the scruffy-looking nerve herder is playing at the Speakeasy
That's
in
right.
Granite City, 6 to 10 p.m.
Also
on
in
Friday.
Granite City, Bobby and Jimmy Rollins, 7 to 10 at Bendy's in Granite City. Salmon Creek up in
The
Warden.
old Beowulf crew there.
Yeah, Salmon Creek up in Warden at the Rustic from 7 to 11. The Salunatics down in Belleville.
All right, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The Salunatics.
That's right. Part of Experience Live Music Row, although they'll be playing at Schmitty's. That's not tied into that, but a lot of stuff happening down in Belleville, including Naked Soul and Two Pedros down at Copper Fire as part of the Experience Live Music Row on Friday. Triple Threat up in Root House at Martin Lanes, and there's our buddies Fry Project. They're all the way up in Mount Olive this weekend. And our buddy Jeremy Drake from Shotgun Creek. He'll be doing his first show at Canton Inn in Hillsboro, and he's finally up there.
I tell you what, that Canton Inn.
Yeah.
Can I just say something about that place?
Yes, please.
It's got like one of the best bourbon selections ever, and one of the best steaks ever,
That's what
and
I've
it's
heard.
in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
It's like it's an hour and a half from here, like easy, because I played there before. But man, the bourbon and the steak selection alone,
Worth the
you should
drive.
go and then probably get a hotel and stay the night so you don't drive after the bourbon selection.
Right. Right. But yeah, a lot of the guys from around here eventually make it up to Canton Inn and Hillsboro and do a gig because that's a cool place to play. Well, how about Saturday, Pigpen? Tell us about the Winter Jam on Saturday.
Oh, we're going to start off, instead of starting with a band, we're going to start with an event called Pickin' Buds. Okay,
Hey, Kelly.
Maybe that's a band. Maybe. I thought it was an event. I don't know. All right, so it is a band, apparently. At 420. See, 420. We should just really be picking some buds, is all I'm saying.
Hands down, agree.
Actually, we should have picked them weeks ago, and they should be trimmed and dried by now. But I digress from all that. we got no time to cure them by the weekend now, bro. Anyway, Pickin' Buds, the band Pickin' Buds, 420 to 520 at Jacoby's Art Center on Saturday. Then my buddy Cornfish, Sam, coming up to play 550 to 650. Colt Ball and Friends is going to take the stage 720 to 850. Following them, Aaron Cam and the One Drops, 9:30 to 11. That finishes up the Winter Jam, but, of course, a block away directly after, we've got the after party.
That's right. And some kind of jam session going down there with
I believe so.
all those guys scooting over there to jam, right?
I believe a bunch of musicians are walking down one block and
jamming out.
having a good time.
And if you want to check out more about the Happy Trails Winter Jam going down, the last two shows we did, they're on our YouTube channel. You can go back and check them out, and Marshall on there as well as you mentioned.
It is a
Here
really
goes.
good winter fest.
Yeah.
Marshall does a really good job with it. I played it before a couple times, and it's just a super fun time. Yeah, you should totally go.
There you go. And speaking of, if you want to know what it's about, you got videos on cottonmouth.org.
Yeah,
so you
it was-
can see
yeah.
past events to go, oh, look how much fun that is.
Oh, yeah.
I think I should be a part of that.
Nobody's having outdoor festivals right now, so you might as well go to this one indoor festival if you are craving a festival time.
Nobody this far from the equators having outdoor
Yeah,
festivals.
exactly. Nobody. Yeah, if you want to go to a music fest, this is your choice. Otherwise, wait for summer.
I mean, yeah, I would go to
come
an
on,
outdoor
come on.
music festival, say in Puerto Rico right now. That
Right,
would be
exactly.
Beautiful.
It's funny because your hat says Puerto Rico.
I was just
My
there,
di-
and it's really beautiful.
Were
right
you?
now.
Were you just in Puerto Rico?
Yeah,
It's
and
great.
It is beautiful
Fun.
weather there right
Good
now.
times.
I should be there right now. 'cause
Yes,
it's-
we should all go. Let's go. Let's go.
do
Puerto
it. Let's
Play. Let's
go.
go.
So I didn't know my hat said that.
It totally says
You
Puerto
can see my
Rico.
hat. So there you go. What else we got? Duology. Did you
Right.
say that?
No, go ahead.
Duology. They're going 2 to 6 p.m. on Friday, and then Hollywood 5, 7:30 to 11:30 at Fast Eddie's of Bon Air.
Also going on Saturday, Money Shot out at
Saturday. I'm sorry, I said Friday.
That's right.
I don't know what day I'm talking about. I don't know what day it is.
Money Shot, that's a good band. I really like those guys. Have invited me to play at festivals with them in the past, and they are super nice dudes. And the bass player lived up the street from my parents, so super nice dudes.
They'll be
Go
at a-
Money Shot.
They'll be at a Third Shoot in Alton at 8 o'clock. And I got some details about Third Shoot,
Okay.
Pigpen. You know, I brought up the bus. They're going to start firing up the bus
Yeah.
Get it fired up.
as of February 3rd. And it's going to run to Patrick's down at Granite City and
Okay.
Patty McDee's down at Granite City.
All right.
Really?
Now, Patrick's and Third Shoot have mechanical bulls now.
What could go wrong?
So
yeah.
we'll be seeing Sarah up on that bull.
No, you will not. Do you remember when they had the bull down at Hiram's? When it was before it was Hiram's, it was the last business, and they had a mechanical bull. I wasn't on that freaking bull either, but I mean, it was interesting. It was entertaining.
I'm just picturing Deborah Winger and Urban Cowboy.
Well, yeah, that's what you do when you picture.
It's a hot scene right there. It makes me want to get an electric boat
Oh,
at my house.
Lord. Moving along, Dennis. Moving on.
When I say Deborah Winger, I meant John Travolta. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Oh, my God.
We got the acoustic lineup of Borderline playing out at Baker's and Hale on Saturday from 7 to 10. And Mike Sonderregger, 7 to 10 out at Locke's Brick House in Bethalto. And Billy Hurst
Oh, yeah.
Billy Hurst.
Hey.
doing
Yeah,
a show
Billy.
from 7 to 11 at the Moose and Wood River. And, we need to get Paul Light and Billy Hurst and Ruby Lee all together for a
got-
big,
Wouldn't that be interesting?
we got
That's a
Star
really good
Search.
Right.
collaboration right
Yeah.
there.
All the Star Search and Voice, all the national competitors.
I'm picking Ruby, sorry.
Whatever. Billy Hurst was Baby Elvis, man.
Ruby Lee's 16 and
I
setting
know,
the world on
I
fire.
know, dude. I'm trying to act like we got something.
I think Billy would agree.
Well,
Those are really hard choices. Those three musicians right
Yeah,
there. They are both very good musicians in their own aspect and
agree.
their own genre. That's a very hard one to pick.
well, like say all three of them.
I will
featured-
pick all three of those all day long.
All
Let's put
three
it
of
that
those.
way.
All three of them are locals that made it onto the
Television,
national scene there.
Get
so.
it.
All right. What else we got?
We got infringement down at the Pump House
Don't
at
be
9
infringing
o'clock.
on me.
Yeah.
Don't you?
So infringement at the Pump House.
That's right.
9 p.m.
yeah.
Saturday. Take some quarters. Play some pinball.
Number 4 combo up the Grafton Winery from 3 to 7 and Cabin Fever. They'll be at the new Wigglers location out at Holiday Shores at 8 o'clock.
Also called hookers.
Cabin Fever's called Hookers.
I thought the Wigglers was.
That's the Rach Boys.
Hold on. Wigglers and hookers together. I'm just saying, it sounds like a party in here. Get your Wiggler away from my hooker.
And Sarah Shewmake is out for this evening. Goodbye.
This is all fishing talk, man. This is all fisherman's talk. Listen, I lived at Holiday Shores, and there were some hookers.
I didn't know the hooker lifestyle was so prominent in
I'm not
Holiday
talking
Shores.
about prostitutes. I'm talking about guys fishing, gals fishing. This is a
You
clean,
said hookers. You
This
need
is a
to be
clean-
more precise.
You know what? This is a family show, Sarah. You need to get your mind out of the gutter. I'm trying to do a clean bit over here and give a local.
Didn't say fishermen, not hookers. Maybe just saying.
I'm just reading what's on the paper.
Hookers are on the paper.
I don't know if that's on the paper. Okay, here's what's on the paper. I'm going to have to get to it real quick, though. First, I'm going to say Lanny and Julie are at the Corner Tavern in Edwardsville, 7 to 10 p.m. on Saturday.
That's right, Lanny and Julie on the corner.
On the corner with hookers. It's all. Speaking of hookers, Phil Collins experience. There's a guy who's frequented a lot of hookers. No, I don't know. Poor Phil Collins.
It's the experience.
The Phil Collins experience is happening at Wild E Theater.
Right.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. When they finally make the Phil Collins movie, they better get Kevin Spacey to play Phil Collins, because it's just a perfect fit. They look like, I don't know, they seem like the same guy to me.
I agree with that.
I
agree with that.
You never see him in the same place at the same time. I'm just saying, I think it's the same person. I'm not sure. Guys are so-say or whatever the heck. All right, what else we got? Back bars for sale.
Yeah.
Anybody looking to buy a bar?
Yep. Just under 200,000.
Just under just barely under 1 penny less than 200 grand.
Pretty much.
It's a nice bar, though. They completely redid it from what it was, and it's a very nice bar. It's an up and coming business on a high traffic strip of
It's
Edwardsville.
right behind the Wild E, where you get all that Wild E customers coming
Exactly.
out, emptying right into
Like,
you.
that is a very good business to purchase.
You know what other venue we need to get filled is Shea, Maryland.
Yeah.
Been
That's
sitting
another
for a
one.
while.
Yes.
I've not heard anything out of the old Shea, Maryland for a minute, man. So
Well, let's move around the corner to Big Daddy's with the Strangers duo from 6 to 9 and the Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance firing it up.
Nice.
They'll be at the Legion in Edwardsville at 7 o'clock on Saturday, and the scruffy-looking nerf herder back at it at Lyle's Tavern in Maryville on Saturday from 7 to 10. Blake
Yo, man,
Folt-
you can't say nerf herder, bro. Only nerf herders can say that.
Okay.
I don't know. Trying to outlaw one more word, man. Trying to be part of the modern world. I don't know. Blake Foltz is playing. I know that. That's the only thing I do
Blake
know.
Foltz.
What
7 to 11 at the cabin of Judy Creek. And how about that next one, Pigpen?
Oh, here we go. Hobo Jungle. Okay, I like that. I like the Hobo Jungle.
They're doing
spent a lot of time there.
Down in Pontoon Beach, Deutsch Village Inn for the Hobo Jungle, and I'm headed to the BC Homegrown Release Party.
Nice.
At the Lincoln Theater in Belleville. And, of course, Experience Live Music Row happening again on Saturday down there in Belleville. Cemetery Gates, a Pantera tribute.
Really?
Nice.
A Pantera tribute?
Hilarious.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Man, those guys are bold to do a Pantera tribute. Good for y'all.
You ought to hear Pigpen do Pantera.
Walk!
That's-
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, he can do that one. He did them all at one time.
Stewie still tries to get me to do those sometimes. Or Graham Pagano.
Stewie.
My nephew.
We did a few Pantera songs too as well.
Yeah, that if
Kudos to y'all for
if
doing
you're-
Pantera. That's a
you
big
know,
thing.
If you got lots of energy, it's a way to get it out, man.
For sure.
So
I enjoyed his White Zombie more than Pantera.
you know what? I enjoyed doing all of it. It was just fun to let people say be in my band. Anytime someone says you can be in my band, it's fun, man. So there you go.
Flip the Frogs up in Hardin. They're doing the Calhoun PTO's adult prom.
Oh, okay.
Adult prom?
I thought that said adult porn for a minute. I'm like, I mean, most porn is adult. If it's not, it's illegal for sure.
So it's an adult prom? Like
Yeah.
you wear your prom dress?
Right. At the
Okay.
Knights of Columbus.
Alrighty
There
then.
you go, man. I since I didn't go to my prom when I was in,
Now's your chance.
I guess this is my
Make
chance
it up.
to make up for it.
Take your wife, Nikki.
I don't think she would go. She would tell me I was stupid. She'd be like, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying it's not going to be a good time. I'm just saying she would be like, I'm not doing that with you.
Also going on Saturday, we got the Sushi Roll out at Martin's Lanes and Root House. We got Blue Marlin at Timeout Sports Bar in Troy at
That's a lot of
8:30.
fish.
Trailblazers out at the Hard Dog, and Graham Pagano on the road, 7 o'clock at the Blue Room in New Minden. And then Darian Poe playing 7 to 9 at Pat Conley Tavern, where Sarah Shewmake will be playing in March.
I was going to say, I think that's my March gig.
Yeah, 24th.
Nice.
Yeah.
What date is your vintage wine bar gig?
Gosh, it's the last Wednesday in February. Is that, shoot.
We'll say the 24th.
You didn't put it. You didn't put a date on your website.
I did not.
No.
Gosh,
Gosh,
I'm really bad at this.
It-
Okay, thank you. Thank you for Dennis, would you mind going over my website and telling me all the things that I did wrong? Because I appreciate that.
I will, because like right at the top it says 2023 schedule, and then I knew
Oh shit.
that wasn't the 2023
It's the
schedule.
Oh no!
Well, you know.
Okay, Dennis, I'm going to send you the rough draft before I publish it. I really appreciate your feedback and interest in what and pointing out my mistakes.
Well, we share the same the host, Bandzoogle.
We do.
Yeah.
Yes, Bandzoogle is an easier one to get your platform out there for
It is.
musicians. I have a GoDaddy for another musician platform for the Dead Roses, and I like Bandzoogle for the bands.
Super easy to use.
It is.
So what was which day in February was it? The last what?
The last Wednesday, I play
That is
6:30 to
28.
8:30.
That is Wednesday the 28th
Thank you.
of February.
Appreciate that. 6:30 to 8:30, 2 hours. Come out there. We're gonna eat some pizza and play some tunes.
Nice.
So what's your web address on that Bandzoogle? Is it Sarah Springman Shewmake 2?
You got it.
.bandzoogle.com?
Yes.
Okay.
I will try to shorten it in future years, but that's what it is right now.
There you go. So,
I'm thinking like Lightning Bolt SSS.
LightningBoltSSS.com. Okay, I'll see if that's taken. If not, I will totally take that platform, and that is my new website.
I think the Nazis
SS
probably took it.
Shewmake. The SS Shewmake sales.
Or sinks. We'll see.
Iceberg is the crunchiest lettuce. So, but we're running out of time. But before we like say goodbye and thank our sponsors and thank you, I got one question that I gotta ask, and I want to give you congratulations on the songs, on
Thank
the
you.
recordings,
Appreciate it.
and the upcoming full album. It sounds like you're having a great time doing it. But I gotta know when you're gonna set a gig up at Hookers Pizza.
It's now Wiggler's.
Oh, it's Wiggler's
Get
Pizza.
over it.
I was going to say, where's Hooker's Pizza? Wigglers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Formerly Hookers Pizza.
All right, I'll go up there tomorrow and I will grovel for a gig and I will message you, and you better freaking be there if I go get a gig there.
Only if it's called Hookers. It's no fun to go.
I will totally call it Hookers. We'll call it Hookers in parentheses next to Wigglers.
Well, think about it. You're going to have him out for pizza anyways.
Exactly, because I'm going to have him sing on
Right.
song number 4, my gospel song. So I got to pry him with pizza, because that's what I pry all my musicians with. Record on my album.
I don't know if he'll make the trek to Belleville to Benny's where he could have pizza.
Well, he can go to Lighthouse Sounds, which is way closer to his homestead, and he can have pizza at Lighthouse Sounds when he records the gospel too.
Our time I was told we need to stop this right now. No,
he's busy this Saturday when you'll be down there at Benny's Pizza.
That's right, Dennis.
And then on the
Plug me.
February the 24th, you'll be at Benny's again. So
I will.
Plenty of pizza opportunities.
With Bruce.
Right.
So I before we further any of this conversation, I need to know one thing that could determine which way this goes. Do I get paid with that pizza before or after you hear what I sound like?
Before.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely talk more. Because otherwise you're going to be like, I said I wanted you to sing, man. Not do your best Cookie Monster impersonation.
So let's wrap it.
I wouldn't have asked if I didn't think you could fulfill the role with the gruff and the Cookie Monster voice. I mean, I'd love to hear how that sounds like on the gospel too.
So
let's wrap it up with another song.
Let's do it.
And first we need to thank our sponsors,
Yes.
Halpin Music Company and Matt Van Voorhis of Mr. Donut, Town Club, etc.
All that.
And Stubblefield.
What's the name of the song?
This one was released today.
Today, go with the flow.
Go with the Flow by Sarah Shewmake.
Here we go. Get out and support local music and art.
Art.